How's it going, everybody? Hopefully well. Today we are going to fly from Peterborough CYPQ to Norfolk, which is let's take a look-see here. I don't even remember what it was. It is KORF, Kilo Oscar Retro Foxtrot. We are flying IFR. We got a flight plan all set up here. I just don't know how to set it up with VATSIM. So we're going to try this and see if we get approval. We are using the SATIC flight yoke system today. I've had it for about 6 months now. Works still pretty good. I've got the switch set, so you'll probably hear me flipping buttons and stuff. Throttle quadrant, rudder pedals, yoke, all that jazz. So let's just wait for this here. So what we're going to try and do is fly around the world. So what I'm going to do is Northern Hemisphere. I'm going to fly to Antarctica first. It's going to be a variety from it's going to be us flying. We're going to start in Peterborough here. We're going to fly, I think, down to Florida. Then from there we're going to probably Florida, Bahamas, just cruise the Bahamas in a Cessna, something like that. And then from there we're going to go South America through Chile, and then down to the Falkland Islands, and then to Antarctica, and then we're going to go over to Cape Town. So it should be a little bit of fun there. Just gonna try and fix something here. Not 100% with the computer here yet, so just bear with me. We're in Charlie Yankee, Papa, Quebec. So origin and destination is Oscar. first waypoint is buff. B. F. Go direct to Buffalo. We're gonna go legs. We're gonna go PSB. SB is gonna be the next one. And then Bernie after that. B. Bernie after that. There. Next page. Micah. Let's see. H. Larry. Larry. And Larry. Emmy. There. So it's that one. Next page. TT. TT. Next one after that. Daily is the one after that. I'm just going to take a look here. Just to make sure there's a word of daily. Daily is there. I'm actually going to add another one. So my guess is there's probably not going to be a controller down there, from what my experience has been so far. So we can say our next one after OTT will be heal, or after daily will be heal. So daily. Daily. Go. And next page after that. What did we say it was going to be? Shit. SCHOL. Yeah, let's see one after that. We're going to execute that. Alright. To do cruise. So cruise altitude is going to be 35,000 feet. Let's get that. Flight plan, okay. So we got that executed now. So let's go over this here. Go, get that all set up. How are we looking here? We're going to set the flight director. That. And we're going to go vertical nav and lateral nav. That's what it is. But we're going to get off the ground first. Alright, lights. Let's check here before takeoff. Flaps. Checked. So left to right, up, down. Rudder is good. Some brakes, see them move. Throttle does move, do that. I'm going to try something here. Close that. Plug in spark box. Connect. That. anybody's on the frequency. Toronto departure. Sorry, Toronto approach. Charlie Yankee Foxtrot Alpha. I don't think there's anybody there. Just check and see if anybody is. Oh, we do have Toronto Center, so let's try that 125.77.
Charlie Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Toronto Center. Go ahead, sir.
Charlie Foxtrot Yankee Alpha is at Charlie Yankee. Oh, we got really good feedback there. Sorry, Charlie Yankee Foxtrot Alpha is at Peterborough Airport. Pick up our IFR to Norfolk. That's Kilo Oscar Retro Foxtrot.
Charlie Foxtrot Yankee Alpha, copy that. Peterborough wind, about 2 knots, visibility is 9 metric miles, overcast at 3100, temperature 152.10, altimeter is 295. Which runway would you like for departure and how long are you ready to go?
Charlie Yankee Foxtrot Alpha, we're currently on 27 right now and we're ready to go.
Charlie Foxtrot Yankee Alpha, you're cleared to Norfolk, Virginia by your flight plan route. Depart runway 27 and squawk 0577.
0577, Charlie Yankee
Foxtrot Yankee Alpha, readback is correct. Clearance is valid now. Cancel was not airborne by 2115 Zulu. Monitor Unicom for taxi and takeoff and protect nearest frequency airport. Center, Air Canada 824 Heavy is with you again. Ready to go for right. Air Canada 824 Heavy. Winds are 150 at 8 knots. Clear for takeoff for right. Copy the winds, clear for takeoff for right. Air Canada 824 Heavy.
I'm gonna Google this because I don't know how. I guess they decided we're just going to do 35,000 feet right off the hop. So let's watch the instruments here. Peterborough traffic, Foxtrot Yankee Alpha is clear. So I'm gonna have to fix my. I'm gonna have to fix that because whenever I talk on the radio, it decides to turn off the autopilot. Center.
Charlie Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Toronto 70.
It's weird, I'm getting some this is doing this. That's why. Oh, the house doing weird things. I don't know why it's pointing us back downwards. This is just doing it for the turn until we get lined up, maybe. Fix some volume here. This is extremely loud. Toronto Center, Charlie Yankee Foxtrot Alpha is back.
Charlie Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Toronto Center. Figure both food and Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Travel Center. It doesn't help me.
myself is just having some headphone issues, but I'm just not buying
Copy that. Flash tracking key alpha. You know it's incredible.
Let's try and figure this out here, because this is extremely loud. Radios are loud. Let's try and turn these two down. Yeah, that's a little bit better, huh? It's going to get louder, though. Let's just see here. This autopilot has a mind of its own, that is for sure. So yeah, for this, I'm just gonna close my door here. For this, for these streams, what we're gonna do is, yeah, we're going Toronto to Norfolk, Norfolk to Fort Lauderdale. We are going to cruise around the Caribbean. We're gonna go down through Bahamas, Grenada. We're gonna land in Saint Martin. We're going to come out from there, and then we're going to head to South America. South America, we're going to head over to Chile. We're going to land somewhere in central South America. Falkland Islands to Antarctica. Antarctica, then after that, we're going to fly over to Cape Town. And I'm not too sure from after that where we're going to go. I haven't really mapped it out much. But if you guys have any opinions on what airports we should go to, yeah, let me know.
Chaz 611, weather update for you in Sudbury. Winds are variable at 2 knots. Visibility is 20 miles. Scattered clouds is 15,000, broken 21,000, temperature 19, dew point 03. Altimeter is 2989er. Which runway would you like for arrival and which approach? There you go, 611. Okay, 611.
Look at that, we got some, never mind, because we have some clear weather.
Latest weather we have 2100 Zulu, and differentiates from what you just said there.
Just 611, yeah, my apologies, Sarah. I forgot the one. Sudbury winds are variable at 2. Visibility is 9 miles, overcast 3100. Temperature 15, dew point 10, altimeter 2995, which approach your runway?
I'm just going to pause the stream here
I
for a
will be
second.
taking the ILS 22.
PHS 611, copy that, ILS 22. Altimeter at Sudbury is 29er. When ready, descend 3,000.
3,000 miles of distance.
Alright guys, I'm just going to just try something. I'm just going to stop the stream for a sec.
Go ahead.
Alright, so hopefully this is fixed. Just adjusted some settings in OBS and see if it works. So we are currently 16 nautical miles out from Buffalo, 32,100 feet. The weather's not sure what it wants to do. Keeps changing. But
There's an 824 heavy. Turn
yeah,
left
we're at
direct
411
middle, course,
knots.
climb flight level 370.
Ground speed.
Alright, turn left direct Mills, climb flight level 370.
As you can hear, VATSIM is on in this thing, so Toronto Center, we do talk to them if we need anything. For some reason, I'm losing the sound in my headphones, so I don't know if it's my headphones that are causing the issue or VATSIM. So I'll have to mess around with it and see here for the next stream. But let's check everything out here. We should be leveling off, so we should see the engines come back a little bit. We'll start to pick up some speed. Oil temps are even, pressures are even, which is good. 1,000 feet to 35,000, that's what that noise was. I'll get into some different plugins because, yeah, as you can notice, you do get some like flashing of the clouds and all that jazz. All right.
Yeah, 611, just a weather update for you. Sudbury winds now 240 at 4 knots. Altimeter now 2987.
Center Jazz 611, rock your ass. We have visual here for the field. We're probably just going to try and shoot for.
Alright, copy that, Jazz 612, you requesting visual.
We're at Buffalo, yep, we are. Looks like we're
Field
just
is
creeping up
about
to
20 miles north,
35,000
12 o'clock,
feet.
reported
So
site.
once we're done this turn, it will most likely...
We'll call
we got
when
North
the
Carolina.
field and site down at 611.
Once we're at 35,000 feet...
Air
we
Canada
should,
105, you leave my airspace to the west. Winnipeg Center's not online. Radar service is terminated. Frequency change approved. Have a good flight.
Yeah, service is terminated. Thanks for service. Air
so
Canada
now the
105.
aircraft should try to pick up some speed here. As you can hear there, I'm just trying to check it to see. I'm getting none on my YouTube information panels just kind of all over the place and telling me what's going on. So I'm just trying to hear or trying to look up to see what else is.
Jazz 611, you said you wanted to
What else I can do
report,
here?
Affirm.
Jazz 611, you cleared your
Yeah,
visual
just trying to
approach on
turn up
runway
my,
04 at Sudbury.
The amount of data I'm
reporting traffic
sending.
area. Monitor unit
Settings
com,
here.
descent and landing. Contact this frequency down.
Let's
Oh, you don't clear, Jeff.
let's crank this up to 5,000. All right, let's see where we currently are here. Let's open up the map. It looks like we just crossed over Buffalo Airport. And yeah, looks like we're doing not too bad. We've got about 110 nautical miles until we get to the next waypoint. So our current ground speed's 453 knots. But yeah, so far everything's looking good. Try one other thing here. Yeah, there we go. Let's get the control panel open here. Alright, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a YouTube issue or what it is, but we're not gonna, I guess, worry about it for this one. We'll have to mess around with it and see. So winds are currently 256 at 35 knots. And it's still pretty cloudy down there. So we get you a view from let's see here, internal. I'll have to mess around with the views too, but that's what it's looking like right now. So we'll have to see how the weather is. From what I understand, it is live updated weather. Let's just check to see if it check the radar and see what it looks like in Norfolk. Looks like the weather's relatively clear in Norfolk. Might be some clouds. Let's see if we can try and shoot the instrument approach. Never know, we might be able to. I haven't done it yet, so let's take a gander at the window. Yeah, it is. Looks like it is breaking up a little bit down there. It should be interesting when we fly. Like, I'm looking forward to flying in Antarctica. So what I think we'll do is when we're flying with through the Caribbean islands, I think we're going to use a Cessna. It's either that or we'll do.
Negative 1400 Toronto Center. Good afternoon. Squawk 0571.
I think what we'll do is yeah, probably use a Cessna. If not, like they can mess around with different aircraft. We'll probably
351 1230.
Flying into Antarctica and those other
Yeah, 351
Toronto
Toronto
Center.
Center. Squawk 0572.
Then when I go to Antarctica to Cape Town, I'll probably use the 747, something bigger.
Negative 1400, you're identified. Welcome aboard.
So we could probably
Negative 351, you're identified.
sorry about that. Smoking light, don't need. Actually, I've never tried this. What do the wipers work? Oh, they do. That is pretty cool. Too fast, too fast. Alright, let's see where we're at here. 79 nautical miles until we're at PSV. What I'm probably looking to do, I'm probably going to stream probably 2 or 3 times a week. Then once we're done our tour, we'll just pick random flights, stuff like that. But it is cloudy out there. Just see if I can do an update to see who's online. Yeah, it just looks like Toronto. Getting updated voice for him. No, yeah, it looks like it just got Toronto there. .3 nautical miles until we're at PSB. Which after that would be going Bernie to Micah, and then Larry to Eni, OTT to Daly to Shoal, or Shoal, whatever one it is. The reason why I picked Shoal is just it brings us further into the a little bit further into the ocean, and I can try a visual for the runway. But yeah, I don't know. From what I've read on these ones. You can input the frequency into the nav box on this one and just hit approach, and it will do it itself apparently once you're into the ILS range. Once you've got the localizers, the plane pretty much flies itself down to the ground, and we try to land it. Now it is completely possible that we do crash the plane on this, but I hope we don't. Looks like it's starting to get hilly down there once we get a little further out over the mountains. So it looks like relatively all of our waypoints here are pretty close together until you get down into like OTT, stuff like that. They're all relatively. The furthest one's 48 nautical miles after PSB. So, and I have never flown into Norfolk, so it'll be interesting to see. I've kind of looked at the map to see what it kind of looks like. Doesn't look like it's going to be an extremely hard runway, but you never know. Let's check the map here, see where we are. The map would let me zoom in, but I guess it doesn't want to. 747 just off to the left there. See, I'm relatively new to the 737. IRL, I've been flying 152 and a 172 doing flight training. So it's kind of weird. Everything's manual for us when we're doing our training. There's no autopilot, stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see how I do with this landing. I haven't flown anything like this since probably, I'm gonna say, since I used to play Flight Simulator X quite a bit. I haven't played much of that, and I saw this, and I figured, you know, I'll try this out and see how it is. I was pretty impressed though with how the cockpit looked and all that. 45 nautical miles, PSB. It looks like when we go to daily, or sorry, Emmy, we're going to go down to 34,300. We go to OTT, we're going to go down to 23,900. Daily is going to be 22,000, and then I guess I'm just going to have to use my own discretion on my way. It looks like from daily to Shoal, it's going to be about 103 nautical miles. So I just kind of have to use my own discretion on that one and decide how that's going to work. Oh, if we can get that weather to clear up, it would look really nice. But I think these clouds are going to keep loading in. Should be interesting to see what kind of weather we get when we do fly in Antarctica. See if it's got bad winds, or if we're just going to have bad weather, or how it's going to work. Maybe we'll even do a World War II with the B-52. I don't think it's the same one that dropped the bombs. We're going to see if we can make that flight, see how it was. So it does look like the sky is breaking up a little bit. Nothing crazy yet. Trying to mess around with some of these settings still. Alright, there we go. Should be cool to see. I haven't. I was surprised. I thought Xplane when I initially purchased it, I figured it was you bought the game and all the planes, that kind of deal. Because I remember there being talks with it was like a newer Flight Simulator World, I think it was, where that's what you had to do. So I wasn't too impressed with that, but I have been impressed so far. Coming from Flight Simulator X to this one, I have been impressed. I will admit that. Looks like we're 18 nautical miles from PSB. The PSB to Bernie is 17 nautical miles, so it's going to be a quick 2-minute interchange. We're 34, so that should be good. We're pretty much on the same heading the whole time. It doesn't change dramatically. It looks like yeah, PSB is Phillipsburg. It's a VOR. Whoops. I'm gonna run core temp here and just check something. As you, I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, my CPU's running a little on the hot side. I am only running an FX 8350, so it is a little strained right now. But hey, until I can get anything else, it's got to work. I was looking at an i7 8700K. I kind of when I first saw the graphics card prices going up, I kind of jumped and bought a 1080 Ti just because I figured the prices were going to skyrocket. So I do have a 1080 Ti. It's just a matter of getting a better processor and some new RAM. Look at that. See, once that weather clears up, it's beautiful up. Oh, it's splitting up a little bit more. Let's see here, 2.5 miles from the next waypoint. There we go, we're making our turn. I don't know if that temperature gauge there in the display screen in the middle is right. It says minus 54 degrees Celsius. I don't know if that's correct. I'm assuming it probably is. So we bring Chrome back up here. Shoals are pretty far away out, and then we're into the airport. Ground speed 462 knots. Yeah, it did take a little while to get used to.
Yeah, 611 down and clear cover.
To get used to this whole computer. I was used to the easy one.
Jet 611, copy you down on the ground finally. Thanks for the call.
Flight
Simulator closed.
switch frequencies here, so not hearing anything like that. Yeah, let's go back to 123. There we go. Cartoon Cleveland Center. $25.32. Okay, so I'll have to change that. So it's good that that's still that works there. Oh, she's clearing up. Look at that. It's beautiful. You can see the mountains down there. The rolling hills. Shouldn't say mountains, not yet. We should get into some mountains, though. When we get into Chile, we should see some mountains. It should be interesting. Yeah, I was impressed by the way that this game does look, though. I was impressed. I'm really surprised there's no other air traffic control issue. I don't think it lets me switch to. I thought I saw the other day that there was somebody. Yeah, it doesn't. I thought it. I could have sworn I saw someone at Boston Center the other day. It probably did. I don't know if it just hit everyone's on the same server or not with it. Like I said, I haven't really looked much into this stuff. There's got a bunch of menus all open here. There we go. So check the weather here. See how it's looking in Norfolk. Looks like it's a few clouds and warm. Doesn't look like there's. Looks like there might be a little weather. Let's just check. Let's just check the radar here. No, it doesn't look like there's much out there for weather. Anyways, maybe a couple of scattered storms, but that's about it. Welcome, whoever just joined. If you're new here, so what we're doing is we're doing a flight down to Antarctica. It's gonna be multi-part. So we're flying right now. We are flying from Peterborough down to Norfolk, Virginia, going from there to Florida, and then Caribbean and across South America. So it should be interesting. Alright, so we are currently, we're 12 nautical miles from Micah. I'm just going to update the weather here and see if the weather's changed. Nope, same weather. Still just Toronto on the radios. here, see what bits we're at. Yeah, I don't get why it, why it don't let me look around. Oh well. Oh, it looks like Toronto Center's offline now. Hopefully there's an ATIS at Norfolk. Hopefully it allows me to pick it up. I'm sure if I could probably search the frequency and find it. Shouldn't be too hard. Let's see where we're at here. 7 miles out from Larry. From Larry, go to Emmy. Looks like Emmy is the BOR for Westminster. And then after that, OTT is Nottingham BOR. Weather's breaking up a little bit over there. Look at that. As if we're going direct to Emmy now. Six miles. So I'm surprised. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here. Fuel 3. I guess not. I guess when we take off, we're at like 7. I'm guessing that's probably 3.7 thousand pounds an hour. Actually, I didn't know that was there. So limit 270 knots. Flaps. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Okay. Flap speeds. It's good to know. Alright. Let's just check and see here. So we are So after Emmy, we've got three other waypoints after that. We might be shooting the ILS to get down there, from the looks of it so far. From the look of these clouds, yeah. Hopefully the weather actually updates. Check, let's check the radar here on my phone and see. There's clouds on. Maybe not. It does look like it's going to be fairly cloudy. Looks like we've got a couple of openings, but it looks like we're going to be flying back into the clouds. With the leg down to Florida, from what I can see here, it's going to be pretty much over ocean the whole time. It's flying into Fort Lauderdale. 12.2 thousand pounds still remaining. We're just about to switch over to our next, so we're going to be flying over Emmy, and our next one will be Ott, or Nottingham. Giving a turn. We are 46 miles from Ott. And let's just check my map. They have the actual other map here in the website. Zoom in a little bit. Just flew over Emmy. Ott. And then Daly. Okay. So we should be flying over some of the rivers here. I don't know if it's the Chesapeake Bay that's down there. I don't know. We will be flying over the ocean here when we do go to when we go to Shoal. Oh, it looks like I've lost all the communications out here. The clouds are filled back in, so there's some. It's kind of cool, I guess, when you see the clouds decide to clear. I guess you can see kind of where you are, but at the same time. Well, we may be shooting our first ILS approach on this one. Oh, it's 35 miles away. I'm gonna try, from what I've read, so when we get to Emmy, so we're out, I mean, yeah, over there, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna turn off this, and we are going to go down to 34,300. Then do this. And this should bring us down to that altitude. Go down, probably say 1,000 feet a minute. No. It's not working. So do this. 1,000 feet a minute, so we're going to come down. When we fly over aught, we should be 23,000. We're going to go down to 23,900. That works. I don't know. Could be wrong. Let's find out. My eye. I'm blind. Yeah, and it looks like it's leveling out. Neato. Miles away from aught. Okay, so oh, sorry, when we cross aught, we should be at 23,900. So we got some serious dropping to do here. So we're gonna change this here to 23,000. 23,900. Drop, say, 1,000 feet a minute. Go. Got some serious dropping to do here. Still got 35 knot crosswind from 256. Restart the stream here just to see if it helps with this stream health issue. I don't know, it's weird. Looks like we do have a bit of a clearing out there. So when we get to daily, which will be our next one, we're going to be 22,000 feet. Feet a minute here. miles 8 from Ott. We're going to go into daily. Next one is daily, so what I'm going to actually do is just drop this, go down to 22,000 on this here now. Outside temperature's warming up, minus 48 out. Nice spring day out there now. What's going on here? What is going on? We just tried to shed speed, or what that was? That was kind of weird. Exhaust gas temperature is very high, though. We're gaining altitude, which we shouldn't be. Keep an eye on that. Bring this down to 18,000 feet. The weird thing is it won't let me. What the fuck is going on here? Feet. Say 15, I'll just have to keep an eye on it. It says that we're following the vertical path, but that is strange. So where is it flying us to? Alright, so let's just try and see IPQ. Stratus C Y P Q C Y P Q origin. And we're dropping here, so let's just get autopilot going here. 15,000 feet. On the heading. So 300 knots there. Gonna hold that. Work the speed. 2,500 until we get to 15,000. Heading of 150. Okay, so KORF is the destination. Charlie Yankee Foxtrot Alpha is our flight number. Go CSCHOL. Execute. This. See if this fixes it. Alright, so I got the flight plan in there, so what we're going to do is we're just going to do this. We're going to turn that off. Put that, we're going to hold a heading. Turn that off. We go negative. $1,500 feet. And we're going to go from there. We're going to fly here manually, because I don't know what just happened there, but it decided to not work anymore. Break the map out. Alright, so as long as we follow this, we should be alright, but we're going to be at 15,000 feet though. At this point, we'll say 12,000. Feet away. close enough yet, I guess, to get that setting. That's 80 nautical miles. Okay, I gotta measure 40 is there. So once we get to 40, we'll switch it over. You're now at that. I guess once we get lined up with here, we'll bring it back. We'll bring it down to like 8,000 or 7,000 feet. I could be doing this completely wrong. So if I'm doing something wrong, guys, and you see that, just let me know. We are losing speed though. There we go. See if I can delete that. Oh, wait a minute. Might have fixed it. Let's try this here. Okay, so I think we're good here. So we'll go to legs, flight plan. This is correct. It should cross us over. Should we bring her down here? Do 10,000 feet. 1,000 feet a minute. 1,000 feet a minute. Let's try to do it this time. Go. Close that. Looks like we are under the clouds, which is good. Don't have the airport in sight. So the airport, according to this, is going to be way over there anyways. Let's see if I can get the ILS. There's that. That into nav 1, so we should have 109.10 in there now. I can hit approach when so let's just not do this. So we're gonna bring this down to 7,000 feet. Lose some speed here. 250 knots. Knots. 240, I'll put a first notch of flaps in once we get down there. Just a notch of flaps there. Now I'm hoping this will bring us into the airport. Map out. Window this and put it on the other screen here. There we go. Miles out. We should be turning direct to the airport. Perfect, so the aircraft is turning for directly to the airport. We have 28 nautical miles, so we're going to bring this down. 225 knots. Extra notch of flaps in, and we're going to bring us down to 4,000 feet. Get us lined up, so we're going to do K-Link, see if this works. Oops. K-Link. So it looks like we are direct to the airport now. feet a minute on this to get us down. 215 knots. Alright, 15 miles out. No airport in sight yet. Down to 200 knots. 180, 90. Once we're on the localizer, then should be alright. And once I get in the localizer, I'll put the gear down. Here the runway should be pretty much directly ahead of us. Okay, I do have the runway in sight.
New York Center, it's Delta 1197 with you climbing flight level 104340.
Delta 1197, you're going to reset transponder squawk 667.
Oops, still want that. Okay. 190,
627
I'm
in the
not
box
using my
for
brain
Delta
here.
11.
Switch this to 250.
Delta 1197, you're going to radar contact procedure Gale, come maintain flight level 340.
Alrighty, direct Gale and up to 340, Delta 97.
Good afternoon, I'm making 2229 with you, going to flight level 150.
Delta 2229, you're going to proceed direct White, come and maintain flight level 240.
Direct White and come maintain flight level 240 for I'm making 2229. Thank you.
This is going to be a messy landing, ladies and gentlemen.
Sink right, sink right, sink right, sink right.
Yeah, we're going to go, we're going to go mist. Power to full. Gear up. Nice little error message there. Excuse me. Speed back up there.
American 2229, my airspace to the south, Washington Center is closed, frequency change approved. Oh, Virginia calling for making 2629. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
fuel. 9,000 pounds left.
New York Center Delta 1197 with request.
1197, you're center, go ahead.
Yeah, do you think we can get up to 360 for Delta 1197?
With 1197, final maintain, flight level 360.
Alright, 360, thanks, Delta 1197.
Alright, let's try this again. We'll go back down onto final. I'm going to take a left onto base and then to final. Hopefully this is working. I'm going to hang a Larry here. Speed down to 175. Some more flaps in there. 2,000 feet. Sorry for the silence, just concentrating. More to the right. Let's capture the localizer here. Do have the field in sight. 155 knots. Alright, so we do have the localizer. 1,000 feet, gear down. A little bit more. My feet on the pedals here. Feet. In.
Gulf 1197, leave my airspace to the northwest. Cleveland Center, code
Already over to 22.8, you have a good one, 1197.
Reverser's going there. Brakes in. There we go, we are on the ground. everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed the show there. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe. If you have any requests, just feel free to leave a comment. And our next flight will be going from here in Norfolk to Fort Lauderdale. And I hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching.